I really need to remember this. It's something like 121, I think it was, which is obviously an average of 2 a week, which doesn't sound like much, but to keep doing that
every week.
Every week. Some weeks there's like 5 shows, car meets, and I'm sure I could do more, but I also have a girlfriend, and that takes a bit of time sometimes as well. She's probably not even here watching. I think she's in the hotel having a bath, so thanks, Chloe. I'm not a financial car flipper. I'm not Mike Brewer. I've never made money on a car.
You can't worry
I'm
about
not Sam Hard with a dealership and with, yeah. It's what people like to say. It's all Adam C's fault is a quote that me and my friends have because a lot of the time I'm putting my face out there on YouTube. A lot of the times when there's news events happening and it's like, oh, well, obviously I'm there, so it must be my fault. But.
It must have been modern news. So, to my left here, and to your right, I have Mr. Adam C.
Hello.
And we have been friends for about 2 years. Chiro brought us together for Petrolheadism Live.
Yes.
And if you don't know what Adam C does, Adam C goes to all the car shows, basically in the UK. Like, how many car shows was it last year?
I really need to remember this. It's something like 121, I think it was, which is obviously an average of 2 a week, which doesn't sound like much, but to keep doing that
every week.
Every week. Some weeks there's like 5 shows, car meets, and I'm sure I could do more, but I also have a girlfriend, and that takes a bit of time sometimes as well. She's probably not even here watching. I think she's in the hotel having a bath, so thanks, Chloe.
But Adam here, he goes to car shows and basically picks up on all the little details that we miss, right? Because, you know, a car drives by, it's got a cool sticker in it, oh, that's cool, and you think about it, but you don't pick up on it, yet you pick up on everything.
I try. It's a challenge for everyone to find it in here. There's a white Lexus IS 200 with a sticker. It says something like, I bought this because I couldn't afford a chaser, something like that.
I like that.
And so I haven't actually found it yet, but like little stickers, little trinkets.
I got texted a picture today
with
a guy opening a bonnet on a Skyline, and there's 2 pictures of Jay-Z on like
2 Jay-Z.
It's got a 2 Jay-Z. I was like, I like that.
So I've only got a 1 Jay-Z in my chaser.
It is so cool. So Adam C here, down in the pink zone. So you go over the road, through the food court, downstairs, and you brought 2 cars, 3 cars, 2 cars?
2 cars,
and
yeah.
only one of them drove here, right?
Yes. So the plan was, I've got the Toyota Chaser is here, and I've got a AC Cobra. It is a replica because I'm not a millionaire yet.
It's very I like that. I like the cliffhanger.
I won't be. But the plan was, Chloe was going to drive the Chaser, and I was going to drive the Cobra. So picked it up yesterday, drove it onto the road. It wasn't happy.
It didn't
like
life.
So the guys at Tech Autos came back with their trailer from here in the traffic to collect my Cobra, and they trailered it here, and I've just wiped it down. So it looks good, it just doesn't run that well.
The guys at Tech Autos, they've got an amazing Ferrari replica at the back here as well, a blue one.
Ferrari?
Is it a Ferrari?
Well, they've got their Shelby Daytona Coupe.
That's
the one, yeah.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Very similar to a Ferrari 250.
Yes.
It's
got the Daytona name as well.
There you go. So I don't know much about these older cars, but that car, and they're a team of guys that put amazing cars together, right?
Yeah, so they build factory 5 Cobra replicas down in Poole, Bournemouth area.
Okay.
They helped me out with mine, and obviously they are the reason I don't just have the 1 car. I was going to just bring the Chaser, and then I got told that all the other YouTubers are bringing multiple cars, and I had 4 to choose from. 3 of them have misfires, so I drove one that didn't have a misfire and trailered another one. Yeah.
So he's always like, look at Mr. Adam Seafest. We're going to go over this in a minute, but there's a white Chaser on here, and he loves a white Chaser. On his
everyone loves a white Chaser.
Everyone loves white wheeling the world.
Oh, yes.
There we go.
Oh, yes.
So Adam, when I met him, he's like, I love a white Chaser. I love a white Chaser. And we were in Vegas at SEMA.
Yes.
And you got a text message, right?
Yep, so I got a text from another Chaser owner, I hadn't bought one by then, saying, how about this one? I was like, oh my God, that ticks the boxes. So we were like enjoying life in Vegas at a car show at SEMA.
Being sensible.
And there was me messaging the guy saying, can I come see it? And then he held all viewings until I saw the car, and then got back next day, saw the car, bought it, now I've got a Chaser. But what I've done, so if you're not familiar with my channel, I've been saying everyone loves a white Chaser for the last several years. And the story behind it is Toyota Chasers, back in 2017, there was one on the scene, a burgundy-coloured one, and that was amazing. I liked it, but didn't really know what it was. And then a few more white examples were imported over to the UK, because we never got the Chaser.
No.
And it's almost like a budget Toyota Supra. It's got a 1JZ instead of a 2JZ, which means it's 2.5 litre rather than 3 litre, pretty much.
And 4 doors.
And 4 doors. And then more and more Chasers kept coming into the scene, and I'd often film white examples, leave the car show in quite an exuberant manner. And a lot of people in the comments would be like, oh my God, that was amazing. What car is it? So I coined the phrase, everyone loves a white Chaser. And what I then did is increase the value of the Chaser as a result, especially white one. Then I bought one at a top price rather than buying one before.
So you backfired, basically.
Yes.
You built yourself up and then let yourself down financially.
Yeah, but I'm not a financial car flipper. I'm not Mike Brewer. I've never made money on a car.
You can't worry
I'm
about
not
it.
Sam Hard with a dealership and with,
I don't remember the last time I lost money on a car, put it that way. So, but Adam C is working with Chiro, Chiro is the organizer here of Petrol Hedonism Live, underground and in Nebworth.
Yeah.
And he's teamed up with you and other likes of Calvin's Car Diary, Auto Alex, and you're having your second Adam C Fest, right?
Yes, so it's a bit of a, I don't know the name for it, but the name Adam C Fest seems a bit like
No,
it's a weird title.
It's amazing. It's
but
stuck.
It's stuck. It was a working title that stuck. Like, let's host, because I go to all these car shows and I'd never hosted one myself. So I spoke to Chiro, I said, let's do it. Let's actually host my own show. So I was like, Adam C Fest, we just called it, and it stuck. We hosted one last year at Wilson Mill Karting, which is about half an hour north of Silverstone. So it's in the middle of the country, and that's where it is this year again.
That's on an actual go-kart track, though, isn't it?
Yes. And we had about 3,000 people turn up last year.
3,000 people?
Yeah, about 400 show cars, and then a variety, like vast amount of spectators and other passengers in the cars.
Didn't Mark McCann, like, ruin the glass?
Yes. Yep, so Mark McCann arrived in his, I'm a bit louder now. He arrived in his Aventador a bit sideways.
We like that, right?
So, yes, it is on a outdoor karting track, and we're parking cars on the circuit.
Right.
So you get to park your car like with the rumble strips. It's quite a unique location. And there's also a smaller karting circuit where you can go karting.
Okay.
And the winner of each round throughout the day gets to race against me at the end. Last year, I didn't do very well because I was knackered.
We went to Wilton Mill when we first did like a test day and we did a video. Adam just kicked everyone's ass because he's like so fast in a car. So this may be your only opportunity in your life to beat him on a track.
Well, it's going to be a great show. Again, it's the 1st of May, Bank Holiday Monday, so it's 2 weeks on Monday. Tickets are still available. I don't want to be a big... I'm not here to do a plug, but...
You're here doing a plug.
And it's the next Petrol Hedonism show. And on Monday, this coming Monday, my Chaser, bit of an intel for you, my Chaser's going to a body shop to get a body kit fitted. So I've bought a Vertex body kit, like genuine Vertex kit, putting that on the car, getting it painted, and taking the spoiler off, coilovers, and that's going to be like the reveal at the show. That's the plan.
But that's quite rare, that body kit. They do a reproduction kit, like a remold.
So in Ireland, like Northern Ireland, big scene there, they do the replica kits.
Yeah.
I was going to get that, and then I found a Chaser that had a Vertex kit. He wanted a different kit on his car, so I bought his kit, and that's going on mine.
Wow.
So that's going to be good. But I plan to have all 4 of my cars there. Whether they're running or not, they're going to be there.
We'll get them there. It's going to be fun.
And a huge variety of cars. So we've got the top 25 grid, which is like the grid of the karting circuit, and that's where we're putting, like, I'm hand selecting a variety of cars. So it's a bit of a variety show like this. There's going to be classic, supercars, modified, all sorts.
Yeah.
And I'm going to choose a few for the main section, because I don't necessarily stick to one car. Like, I'm not just a JDM boy, I'm not a supercar guy. I try and film a variety. But my audience tend to prefer the modified scene, which is, in recent years, fairly new. Like, back in 2013, 2014, I started out filming supercars in London with, like, Shmee, Supercars of London, etc., Seen Through Glass. And supercars were, like, the only automotive YouTube videos you could find. And then I found out that modified cars, no one was filming them. And when I'd put the videos out of modified cars, people would love it. So I don't want to say that I was the first to film, like, modified car shows and cars leaving that.
But you were?
But I was. There might be some in the Netherlands that might have done some others, but I was the first to bring it to the mainstream, which I think is what I'm now known for. And it sounds a bit bad, but modified cars, they're not my greatest passion. I prefer classics.
Yeah.
But classic cars don't get the views, and I have learned to love the modified scene.
There you go.
And everything that I'm seeing here is just incredible. But a young Adam C dawdling around, I'd be like, oh, look at these. Okay, where are the supercars? As a lot of younger boys.
So are you going to dig a trench at the Milton Mill and do a ford? Because Adam C here has basically, so through lockdown, there was this Rufford Ford, which is basically a big river with water in it that travelled over a road, and these videos got millions of views around the world. And you went down and jumped on someone else's bandwagon, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
There was nothing to film.
I put my own spin on it.
Oh,
so
you did?
These people would, it's up in like Nottinghamshire, and cars would go through there, create big splashes, and some would die as a result of the
it's amazing. Even
flooded
police
engines.
cars were coming to their peril.
Yes, even police cars. And so I thought I'd go down there, see what it's like, add some of my commentary.
Which is the best bit.
To the videos.
The best bit of the videos is your
Because
commentary.
no one else was commentating. It was just like static shots. And I was like, I want to show my spin on it. And they did quite well. But I don't think it was as a result of me. But the Ford's now being shut.
You shut it down. Your worldwide audience.
That's what people like to say. It's all Adam C's fault, is a quote that me and my friends have. Because a lot of the time, I'm putting my face out there on YouTube. A lot of the times when there's news events happening, and it's like, oh, well, obviously I'm there, so it must be my fault. But.
It must have been modern news. So basically, Adam here is known for standing outside of car shows or on roundabouts and capturing plonkers doing silly things. But he doesn't encourage it. He's just lucky enough to be there to capture it.
Yeah.
So you do encourage safety and safe driving. But if someone's going to be a plonker, you need to capture it for health and safety reasons,
I've
right?
been more sensible recently. Like in the last year, if someone does something stupid, like absolutely ridiculous, which happens most shows, we've had a few recently, I just won't put them in the video because there's no point enlightening, like putting light to that stupidity.
Yep.
But we want to see the cars. That's one part of a car scene, but we also want to hear them. And that's what makes it, like for photos, it's great seeing them parked up, but you want to hear the car accelerate away. You hear like V12, you hear turbo flutters and everything, and that's what the videos, why they get good views.
100%. A lot of these younger people in the audience would aspire to own a supercar or a muscle car or a modified car, and they stand at the side of the road with their dad or their friends videoing it, and that feeling of that horsepower and that engine rumbling through the streets and into your ears is what it's about, isn't it? It's about the feel, and I think the smell of the petrol, that kind of stuff. But being there after a show, someone's been sat there for 6 hours at a car show, and they want to go out there and play, right?
Yeah. So in, when is it? Sunday. Next Sunday, I'm at Japfest at Silverstone.
Yep.
That's like a 14-hour day for me, as in like from arriving to leaving.
Yeah.
Because I get there, I film all the cars coming in from like 5 a.m. and then I film the show, film all the cars leaving, and then I leave once everyone's left. And I love that day because I get home and I literally just collapse and I have no energy in any of my bones. But I feel like I've done the most out of what I can do. I can get 5 videos out of that day, and it's one of the most enjoyable days. But not as enjoyable as Adam C Fest on the 1st of May.
Yeah, subscribe now. Guys, the most important thing about any of these shows, if anyone wants to come tomorrow, the best thing to do is go online and look up your favourite influencers page, and there'll be a discount code, because buying the tickets before the show will always be cheaper than buying it on the gate. So the pre-sale, you buying tickets from Adam C Fest before the show, they'll save money too, right?
Absolutely. So we hope to have tickets on the gate if people are a bit forgetful, but if we sell out, then we sell out. So there's tickets on the website, which is the Petrol Hedonism website. I've got links all over my page as well for both spectators and show cars. And I've had a few questions about what is deemed a show car.
Oh, okay.
And it's a tricky one because I appreciate whatever car you have, especially if you're in the car industry and you like cars, that is your pride and joy. That is your passion. That is a show car to you. So I don't want to be there to say, oh no, you've got, I don't even want to name a car because there might be someone in the audience that's got one. But
you may have a steering wheel cover and a gear knob that you love, but it's still modified, right?
I don't want to turn around and say, oh, it's only this. Sorry, that's not a show car. However, there is a spectator. The spectator parking became a bit of a show in itself because of all the interesting cars that the spectators brought along that are their pride and joy. So it's a weird one because you've got the show cars, you've got spectators, but everyone loves cars and everyone has bits on their cars. And even something like a comical sticker, that's what I love seeing.
That's got you covered.
Yeah.
So what people do at a lot of these shows now is they will do something with their car just to see if they can get in one of your videos.
Yeah.
And I love that. It's like, Adam C was here.
Yeah.
And you haven't even been there yet.
No.
But then you're like, oh, okay, this is actually weird because it's like Back to the Future.
Yeah. Well, I've noticed a few trends in the modified scene recently. There's chalkboard bonnets with bits of chalk so you can write on that. You get a lot of phallus-shaped objects written on there, but you've got the creativity to write your Instagram tag or anything. Me and my girlfriend, we often draw Feathers McGraw, which is a Wallace and Gromit character, the little penguin with the chicken hat. Yeah. We draw that on the bonnets if ever we see one, and then just sign underneath it.
I like that.
So that's a new trend. There's so many like new trends in the scene.
Teddies.
Octopuses. Or octopi. So you know the kind of octopus that you can reverse?
Right.
I'm sure there will be one.
Are they like the fluffy ones?
Yeah. You often see those in the interior of cars as well. Okay. And teddy bears. And it's fun. It's fun.
So recently Adam went down to Newquay and he loves a bit of Cornwall, loves a bit of cider.
Oh, yes.
You are Mr. Cider and Socks. You should buy a pair of socks. You need to have socks to sell on your website, basically.
I do. I went to Cornwall recently in the Chaser for my birthday, and we went to a variety of cideries, and I spent about 250 quid on like bottles of cider, some of which are in the boots ready for tonight, but that's another story. And because I was in Cornwall, I put out on Instagram, I'm in Cornwall, are there any car meets? Because in this country, we are very lucky, especially the South, because every weekend, pretty much, there's going to be some kind of meet, some kind of show, whether it be a breakfast meet, a modified meet. But in Cornwall, it's a bit out the way, so they don't have much. So the Cornish car clubs came together and they hosted a car meet just because I was coming down.
That's amazing.
And the police were there to control it as normal, and the police confirmed, as far as they were aware, that was the largest car meet that Cornwall's ever seen.
Wow. See, it's just nice, like the fans out there, every comment you put on one of Adam C's videos, I comment on videos that he's had on there for years. Was it Fox?
Oh, dog saves cat from fox.
24 million or something now?
28 million or something.
It's absolutely ridiculous. His most famous video, and I commented on it the other day, I was like, love this. And I think it's like my 5th comment. And every time I comment, it doesn't matter when it was, you'll always reply or put a like or a tick.
So I've been filming YouTube videos properly, like I've had the channel for decades, but properly for about 10 or 11 years. And I have read every single comment. Which is hundreds of thousands. But every day I just go on my phone, like when I'm waking up or at lunchtime or something, and just scroll through them. I don't necessarily reply to all of them because I don't have the time to, but I do read every single one. If there's a hate comment, I will just delete it.
Oh, so I'm different. If I get a hate comment, I reply to it.
I used to do that, and I made a lot of enemies.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, no, not a lot, but I made a few. I mean, I've had a condom, excuse my, it's not even French, what's the word? Cable tied to my aerial.
Okay.
I think it was clean. That's one thing. I've had something written on my windscreen with like a chalk pen. Yeah. But not too much.
But the rest of the world love you, so it's fine.
Yeah.
They just want to be you.
Yeah.
Where can they find you? Obviously, Adam C Fest is available. He's right here. You can find Adam. He's walking around. Come and take some photos of this lovely man. Social media, where are we at with that? So, this is the tough one. So my username on all the platforms is AdamC3046. Okay, we have 3 minutes. I want you to tell people why. So, does anyone remember Bebo? Anyone? Any show of hands? Who knows Bebo? No, one person. 2, 3, 4, like literally a handful. So Bebo was a competitor to Facebook, more tailored towards a younger audience. It was a bit more artistic, and this was going back to 2012, I think. Wow. Maybe before then. No, before 2012. So I had a Bebo account, and they would give you a username based on your first name and your last name, and then a random number. Okay. So they gave me the username AdamC3046. So I was like, I'm not going to remember that. So I used it on every platform, including YouTube, which was just a hobby. I just put dog saves cat from fox, just random videos. It wasn't meant to be what it became. So that name was my username, and it stuck. And so millions and millions, probably hundreds of millions of people in the world now know that silly little Bebo.
Yeah, I mean, I don't
code.
expect people to remember the 3046, but a lot of people do. But I just call myself Adam C, and if you type in Adam C, it will come up, which is exactly what I wanted to retrieve. And it's no longer an animal channel. It's all cars, car shows specifically.
With fluffy animals, maybe. Guys,
oh, yes.
Give this man a like, give him a follow, give him a round of applause. Go check him out on socials. Thank you, Adam.
Thank you. Adam C Fest, 1st of May.
Get your tickets.
Thank you.
Quick reminder, hit that subscribe button, the like button, and then the bell button, so you get alerts when we release new episodes, and follow us on social media too for extra stuff and more alerts about videos we're releasing, which at the moment is every Sunday and the odd Wednesday too. Bye for now.